What's happening, everyone? Before this next leg of podcast show starts, this is a reminder to you not to be a minge bag. Go over to Patreon, sign up for £1 a week and take advantage of all the Patreon perks. It is the Patreon that pays. We have a betting show on a Saturday, which the postman here is picking winners every single week.
Yeah, the betting show comes out Saturday mornings, covers UFC and boxing, footy when we're in the footy season. But yeah, we're winning on a weekly basis. I can't remember the last week we didn't find some sort of winner. So yeah, as Andy says, don't be a minge bag, come and get involved. And as I say, it's one of the best communities that you could be a part of, isn't it?
It's a belter. As well as the betting show on a Wednesday, me and Jord have a chat. That's where you might have seen on our Insta Reels about crocs, about harpooning people at the end of the night, all that kind of chat that goes on. And even better, every single Wednesday we do a raffle draw, and our sponsors Montrex give £100 gift voucher away just for being on Patreon. No better time to join. There's 30 plus episodes already that you can go back and watch. Again, no better time. Get involved. Don't be a minge bag. £1 a week, and we'll see you there. What's happening, everyone? It's Friday. Welcome to the Sportscast. It's me, Andy Grant.
It's me, Jordan Neal.
First off, once again, massive shout out to Montrex. For those of you well know by now, they've been sponsoring the podcast for a while. As of the past couple of weeks, they've been giving £100 gift voucher away just for you.
Yep.
Just for supporting the podcast. If you're on Patreon, you're in with a draw every single week of winning £100 gift voucher. Who was it?
Ian Hindley.
Ian Hindley. Yeah, just got sent £100.
People on Patreon saying today that they're, because of how big this Montrex thing is, they're fast forwarding to the end of the show, seeing if they win, and then going back to the start to listen. But
I see that.
You know, and it happened. Your code's with you within an hour or so of you listening to the show, and it's there for you to spend.
I might start opening these Monday and Friday shows just by going, what's happening, minge bags?
Yeah. Do you know what? It's true.
You're minge bags. If you're not signed up for Patreon, you're missing out big time. You've also got the betting show, which won again.
It's the look of inevitability now, isn't it?
So massive shout out Montrex. The code for this month is in the bio. Also Health Kick Kitchen. They were there not only supporting the pod with Scram, was also at the quiz night.
Yeah.
And also Veer Clothing. 20% off Veer Clothing. You type in Leg at 20. Again, all the links are in the bio. Big shout out to our sponsors.
Fantastic sponsors. Fantastic night, the quiz, wasn't it?
It was brilliant. So we had a quiz night that was solely for Patreons, solely non-minge bag.
Yep.
Personnel.
If you're loving it, just come and try it. You can
try it for a month.
Yeah, cancel if you hate it, but it's a laugh over there, mate.
Yeah, it's funny. It is funny. You see a snippet on the Instagram Reels, but I promise you it is a good laugh.
There was a certain comment yesterday of someone listening to our show on the beach, and then there was a little bit of a back and forth that tickled me. But I need to apologise. I've got a big old cold today. Have
you?
So I might sound a bit.
Gonna give it to me.
I might sound a bit off as well.
Yeah, it's a growing community. So anyway, get involved in Patreon, and I'll stop calling you a minge bag.
But you are a minge bag.
You are a minge bag, yeah. You know what? I'm going to start with footy this week, George, because
we're back.
It's probably though the least exciting bit of this week's topics.
Yeah.
There's not a. I mean,
until we're playing.
Yeah.
It's like. But at least it's coming back now with a bit of news. We had like 3 weeks of like nothing.
We started off, Liverpool got tonked 4-0.
Yeah, good start.
I seen the lineups.
Alisson got lobbed by Fred.
I know. Yeah, but did you see our lineup? I didn't recognise hardly any of the names.
I fucking seen that Nunes, lad.
Yeah, he was on the bench, don't want he to start with.
He's got blisters apparently.
Has he?
Yeah, real bad ones.
Sure.
I swear to God he has.
I didn't know.
I fucking hope he's got blisters because he was missing from 6 yards and stuff.
Was he?
Yeah.
I didn't even watch it.
Nah, I'm being a bit harsh. He dropped out someone on the 6 yard box and he blazed it over.
Yeah, no.
He's going to be good though. I'm not.
But you know what? In the season we won the league, we got battered. I think 4 out of 5 friendlies.
Anyone who tries in pre-season is going to be crap in the season. In the actual season, that's my methodology.
A Man United team. It was something that you would have seen last season in the Prem.
I know. Yeah.
Fair play, United
couldn't
won.
Got any worse, could it for them?
Well, they won anyway. We got battered 4-0. On Liverpool. Rightly so, Liverpool fans got cleared of any wrongdoing.
Yeah, good place to start.
Champions League final. It's one of those things. I mean, everyone knew, but it's actually come out now that they used the fans. They knew themselves they were underprepared, and just straight away blame the fans was the go-to. So it's all being cleared, which was nice to see.
It's good, like, because it doesn't change the fact of what some people went through, but it just takes away them, all them bald men on Twitter who've got the England flag next to their name. But who just say everything bad that there is to say.
I know what you're saying,
but mate,
football
rivalries aside for a bit.
George, I think the damage is done.
It is, yeah.
So I know what you're saying. They can't like say it because it's not true, but it's the damage is being done by the French authorities in that sense.
There'll be songs about that incident next year in football grounds.
That's the fucking piss take thing about it.
That's my whole hatred towards like
fan culture.
Yeah, I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't know why you wouldn't. But look, do you know what I put it down to? No one's creative enough anymore to make funny songs about other teams, so they just have to be proper violent songs.
Just dickhead songs.
But luckily, the team I support, Liverpool, as much as people want to pull us down and stuff, I've actually witnessed Liverpool fans telling other Liverpool fans to shut them
Yeah,
out.
self-policing it, yeah.
Which is good, and I hope more and more clubs can do that.
Yeah, so we had that come out, which is good news. The other only Liverpool news I've seen as well is Keita's getting offered a new deal. I want to know what he's doing in training.
I want to know what he's doing outside the pitch, lad. Him and Jürgen have got some little suspect agreement going on, lad. I don't know. I'm not trying to, create stories here, but something's going on. Because he's garbage.
I just think I look at him now in the same aspect as I do Aspas. If I think of Igo Aspas, I think of him playing a short corner to Chelsea when we needed to win the league. I think of that now in that volley in the Champions League final, that it's the corner flag. I can't separate them anymore.
I'm not trying to be this, I can see it and, it should be a talent. The first time I watched him, I just thought he is a crab.
Nah, the first time he played, he done that turn against West Ham and I went, wow.
I know, but that was all he done.
Possibly. Yeah, maybe.
But do you know players like Henderson, Milner, Thiago and that, they all seem to like him as well.
I'm not saying he's not a nice guy,
but he's just crap.
Might get the alien. Well, he won't get the alien. He might get the scranning or something. I don't know.
Yes, lad. That's
lad.
That's the only bit I like. But he's just, I don't get it, lad. I really don't.
He must do what do you think his perk is, like his little thing. He can't get the alien. All the food's free. What could he provide? What service to the boys?
This is what I'm saying. What agreements he got with Jürgen?
He might do everyone's laundry or something.
He might do something that we're both not speaking about.
Might just be dead funny. Might be the class clown.
He's not. He's dead. Oh lad, he's definitely not.
Anyway,
it looks like a hurts him to run.
He's on the brink of a new deal anyway.
And when he's playing crap, he just sits down and goes off.
It's a mad one.
I've never seen a player get away with as many black injuries as he does.
How many years has he been at the club as well?
Oh, 10. Played on 9 games.
I think he's been here 3 or 4 years, hasn't he?
Well, we signed him and then he played for someone else for a year.
I think it's been long enough for me. Listen, he might end up having a worldy season and then someone will go, you said he was shite at the start of the season. You know what? Yeah, I did.
No.
Because he has been shite.
Lad,
if he wants to prove me wrong, go for it.
I will have a bet with anyone. He will never prove you wrong. He's crap. And it's about time everyone just admitted it. He's crap, lad.
John Ashton.
Yeah, but I don't know John Ashton, but I'm guessing it's one of them where you've gone so far with someone
that
you can't turn back on it.
Yeah. One player who has got a new deal and a new number, Anthony Gordon. We spoke a couple of weeks about him going to Newcastle.
Yeah.
No, Lampard said he's deserved the number 10.
I don't mind. Good on him. I mean, if you're going to build it around anyone, he's the guy at the minute for them, isn't he? But
I think the number 10 shirt has as much pressure as like the old school number 9. Oh, your number 9, big sign and big number. You've got to
be good to wear the number 10. You don't see many crap number 10s, do you?
That's what I mean. Do you think he's?
But I think it's also a case of like, you can be shown the other way, can't it? Like it's a massive confidence boost, isn't it? He's going to go from Anthony Gordon, who's like maybe at the start of last season was happy just to be like starting, to like I'm starting every week now. Do you know what I mean? And maybe that can take his game to the next level because he's definitely got ability. I don't think anyone can deny that. It's just a case of him doing it every week now, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I like him. Messi.
I just can't get over Keita, lad. I'm sorry, I can't move on.
No, it's a mad. It's a mad one.
How is he doing it?
Don't know.
He's a fraudster.
Don't know. Messi contract situation. He's stalled his PSG contract talks till after the World Cup.
How long was his initial contract?
I think it was only 2 years. So I think what they're trying to do is, so I'm guessing by December he'll be able to sign a pre-contract with someone else.
Mad.
So I think they're looking at trying to get him in now. But he said after the World Cup.
The money they make on him merchandise-wise.
Well,
it's crazy. I read it the other day. Some stupid amount of money.
I think for him, right, and he's going to be linked to the guy I want to talk about after Messi, it's a bit of a problem. I think they're just, it's like the Ronaldo. They're just too kind of good. They're on too much money. I don't mean they're on too much money because they don't deserve it. Listen, they're unbelievable. Get what you want, get what you can. I mean, they're on too much money for a club to be able to facilitate them.
Yeah.
For them then not to kind of financial fair play, but then to potentially disrupt the team because they won't play every week and you've got to play a certain way because of their age. And they're just in a weird place in their career where...
They're still demanding the respect and money from 5-6 years ago without being the player they were 5-6 years ago.
Do you think someone sits down with Messi and Ronaldo and goes, lad, you're not on it. You can't.
It's like we all know they're not quite the player they were. Although being not quite the player they were still makes them one of the. But no one's gonna sit Messi down and go, lad, you're not quite as sharp as you used to be, you know, because even him at less sharp, he's still fucking best player.
Can you imagine like a managing director going like, so Lionel, you know, 500 grand a week was, you know, happy to pay, but you know, you only scored 15 goals last season, and you know, we think you only deserve 200 now.
No way. Imagine like the board meeting, right? Are you going to go and tell Leo that? No way.
Yeah. So he's in a position where
How long did he go on for them too?
I don't know. He's in a position now where he's like saying to PSG. And the other interesting one is Ronaldo is getting linked to either Chelsea. I heard rumours that Tuchel doesn't want him. I've got a mate who's a Chelsea fan. He's saying Tuchel doesn't want him, but the board want to get him in. So what you believe there, you know, Ronaldo to Chelsea potentially, or what you told me to the Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, 290.
They're getting Saudi Arabia's getting mentioned every week, aren't they?
294 mil for 2 seasons. He said, lad, I would be on the way to Al.
How much? Sorry,
294 mil.
What's that? Take quickly. Like that's fucking. This is getting ridiculous, isn't it? So 294. How many mil? That's 2. Yeah, divide by 104 weeks. 2.8 million quid a week. That's 400 grand a day.
That's what Poulter's on.
16 grand an hour. Every hour of every day.
That's like 2 years. Behind you, lad.
I know.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it?
It's nearly 17 grand
if you were
every hour of every day for 2 years.
Would you go?
I mean, that's a lot of fucking money, innit?
He'd tear it up over there.
Don't know what I'd do. It depends how he's got that much money though, and he doesn't mean nothing else now.
294 mil is still 294 mil.
I know,
but it's like, if he goes there though, he's officially admitting his career's done, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, he said he wants to play in the Champions League, didn't he, for the last couple of years? So, or 294 mil.
That'll do. Oh, sorry, 254 mil, but still, not far off, is it?
Not far off. And sticking on Chelsea, mate, they've just signed Sterling.
Yeah,
which I think's a good move for them.
You told me last week he's only 27. That's mad. Been having years, hasn't he?
So I think that would be a good move for Chelsea. Yeah, they're also scaring me a bit because they're going to sign Koulibaly, I think.
Koulibaly, yeah.
Liverpool was linked with him a couple of years back, weren't they?
I think Chelsea and Spurs for me are the ones who've strengthened the best.
They have strengthened really well.
But it's a case of it's all right buying the players, isn't it? It's getting them to gel. Do you know what I mean? It's getting them to play in a certain way.
I'm nervous for Spurs.
Yeah.
And now I'm a little bit more nervous for Chelsea.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll upset the apple cart in the sense of Liverpool and Man City, but I do think that 3rd and 4th spot, I can't see anyone getting close to them now.
I think both of them will start like a house on fire. And you know, it'll be all that talk in October. These could do it, but I think inevitably it'll be Liverpool and Man City. But I think them two have strengthened above and beyond anyone else in the chasing pack, haven't they?
Oh, I agree, yeah. One team as well, and you're going to be like, Andy is chatting shit, he's still high from Glastonbury or something, I don't know.
My cold is killing me here.
Man City, I think have not done well this transfer window. People are going to be thinking, I'm off my head, and they've signed Haaland, I get that. They've signed the lads from Leeds as well.
Calvin Phillips.
I don't think Calvin Phillips is going to, do crazy things for them.
He's like Fabian Delph for me. They signed him because he's a decent English player.
Yeah, he's decent. I'm just thinking in that team,
a couple of games or whatever.
Be interesting to see what he does. I'm completely unsure on him. Listen, Haaland, I would love Liverpool to sign him. I think he's going to be unbelievable. However, they've lost Jesus, they've lost Sterling. He's a little bit injury prone, Haaland, you know.
He's had some bad ones as well, hasn't he? And
it's like, if they have I wouldn't wish the lad to get injured, but I mean, if something does happen, like the way it happened with Van Dijk, Who have they got up front there? They got the South American lad, haven't they?
I don't know, yeah, but I don't know how that works. I don't know whether that's a case of just... Sometimes them South American deals are just business deals, aren't they?
Well, I'm just looking at, they've let 2 attacking players go in the sense of Sterling and Jesus, and they've only got 1 in.
It's definitely short-sighted. I've got no... But who's going to come in as number 2? Do you know what I mean? I think Jesus would have been a perfect number 2 striker, but obviously he's got ambitions of his own. But I'm with you. But you've got to toe the line between us coming across as like, Haaland's not that good, with their bitter.
Oh, listen, he's unreal.
He is unreal. And if he gets it right, they could win the league by an absolute country mile.
Yeah.
But you are right in saying it only takes, if he's out for 3 months at one point, and you got Foden playing up front again, haven't you? And last year, or the year before, when he had an injury crisis or anything, Sterling would be the one, wouldn't he? So it's a very interesting one, but I think we're in the same boat, mate. We've done nothing.
I don't.
We have done nothing, lad.
We've got the right back in.
He's never going to play, lad, ever.
No, but he's not a bad backup. He's like Tsimikas for left back.
He's no different to Nico Williams, who just let go, lad.
No, I suppose, yeah. But
midfield, we're no stronger than we were.
No.
Up front, the guy has got as much to prove as Haaland has. We've let Sadio Mane go. Yeah, we've got.
Lad, we've just signed Keita on another deal. What are you moaning about?
Lad, I'm telling you, we haven't done it. Unless
Keita's like a signing in itself, lad.
We just need. Stop it, lad, please. We need Elliot to be the absolute porn star we all think he is.
I think Elliot and Jones can come for the forefront.
Jones is not going to do it for me, lad. I'm sorry. But
great to see Jordan's positive for the new season.
But we just got to call it how it is, lad. I know we do have rose-tinted glasses on when it comes to Liverpool, but we haven't strengthened enough.
Well, Klopp disagrees.
Well, maybe,
someone who has strengthened over the pond, Washington DC.
They got Waz.
They got Waz back.
Might as well fucking play.
He probably could get a game still.
Lad, he could start every week.
What I think's mad is seeing a report saying Colleen and the kids haven't gone with him.
It's mad, isn't it? It's a mad decision, lad.
That's a bit of I love Wayne. I think he's amazing.
I think he's a great footy player with that. You're making inroads in the championship.
Is it a step down? Is it a step
100%
down?
100% it is. No one can convince me the MLS is as good as the championship.
He's come out and defended and said it's disrespectful.
Yeah, but it's not. It just is what
it's just a fact.
It's just a fact. No manager who's got ambition to manage at top levels going to the US, lad. It's a bit like Sadio Mane or someone like a bit maybe Sadio Mane because he's established, but it's like Curtis Jones, for example. Yeah, had a decent few seasons at Liverpool, but needs to go and prove himself somewhere. I'm going to go and sign for LA Galaxy. Makes no sense.
Bale's went out there as well.
Yeah, but Bale's won about 1 million Champions Leagues. All he's asked about is playing for Wales. Did you see his interview, by the way?
No.
He was like, yeah, really want to get back to loving club football. But you could just see in his face, he was like, don't give a fuck. Want to play for Wales. And he'd done a lot of his interview in Spanish, and apparently all the Spanish media used to give him loads for not being able to talk Spanish.
Yeah, he got a hard deal out in Madrid. And the last one on the transfers, mate, before we put football to bed, is Rafinha.
Yeah, Barca. Touchdown
in Barca.
Barca on Klarna. That's what I would have, if I was a journalist, that's what I would have at the back page.
Nice pun, that.
Yeah. See, this is what these people are missing. Barca on Klarna. And then a picture of Rafinha. You can pay in 3 installments. They've got no dough, they're just signing people.
I know. Be interesting to see what they do, but that's...
He's a good player.
I'm not that excited about the footy chat this week.
No.
It is what it is. Starting in a couple of weeks.
I've got past the point of I wanted rid of it. I'm like, I want to have something to talk about now. I want someone to be scoring free kicks.
Oh, the last thing I've got on footy, sorry. Jose Mourinho apparently stormed off the pitch because one of his players got absolutely hacked down in a pre-season friendly against Sunderland.
Lad, the older he gets, right? The more I love him, lad. He cried when he won the Conference League. Giving it all that 3 times. Or what was it? The only other thing I seen was Everton going for Adama Traore.
Oh, really? Yeah.
10 mil.
Fucking hell. When I think of him, I just think of Vaseline on his arms.
Yeah, he spent about 10 mil in Vaseline. He's an absolute world beater for 1 game a season.
Yeah.
But he's just every other game he's garbage, but that 1 game, my God.
He does bits.
Yeah. He'd take everyone on from the halfway line.
Mate, at this point, I need to disappoint Paul Weiss. Paul Weiss, ex-Marine friend of mine, being on the show himself as a guest. His episode's there for you to go and see. Rang me up. Said he's on Patreon, so he's not even a minge bag, so I need to respect him in that sense.
He deserves to get his opinion heard.
But he said no Rugby Union chat. I said to George, Vicey's asked for Rugby Union chat, and Jordan said he can fuck off. He didn't say that.
You are clearly a much harder guy than I'll ever be, so I definitely didn't say that. What I said was,
I know fuck all about it.
I don't like Rugby Union.
And I don't know a lot about it.
And the only reason I don't like Rugby Union is because I love Rugby League and we clash.
I did try and look in, see what's going on. There's a few internationals, mate, but I couldn't really work out what was going on.
No,
so I don't want to ramble on about something I'm not got a clue about.
Nah, and do you know what? I'm going to disappoint you again because I haven't even got it in me to go over to the dark side. I'm a Rugby League man.
So Vicey, thanks for the support on Patreon, but I'm sorry.
If you're, I've got a book for you if you're into reading. At the point when Rugby League was created, so rugby was obviously just one big thing, but like when it's separated and all the different rule changes and stuff, it's good like from a sociology point of view, in terms of because all the rugby
sounds riveting, George.
It is like because all the rugby league teams, well until now when France are getting involved, it's a northern game, isn't it?
You've sold that book there, lad.
They broke from all the southern little.
If anyone's listening now or watching, going, I'm going to read that.
Just let me get my geek side out there, didn't they? But it's a boss book, honestly, God, it's a boss book. I'll
So, Vicey, I apologise, mate.
Yeah, there's going to be no rugby league, but here for rugby league if you want to come over.
Horse racing done a bit of interest in this. Did you see the rule changes on the whip this week?
Did you see no one on the panel was a jockey?
Yeah, I seen a few trainers come out and saying it took like 18 months and 100 pages. A 98-page document for me to say what could have took me 10 minutes and half a page.
Yeah, Noble Yeats wouldn't own the Grand National. If the rules are.
So from what I understand
I still don't understand it,
yeah, so again this could be wrong, but so what jockeys do is they'll have it in holding it a certain way.
Yeah. And
then when they kind of get to the kind of business end, they'll flip it round in the hand and hit it.
Yeah.
Now they can't flip it round.
No, I think it's like that, isn't it?
It's a whip rather than
a smack.
Yeah. Don't know why it took 98 pages, which I've just worked out in 10 seconds.
Someone's getting paid by the hour, I think.
Yeah.
This is going to take me 900 hours.
At probably about £60 an hour.
Rugby, sorry, I've got the rugby in my head. Horse racing's fucked, mate.
Yeah, so not only was that a bit of a mad one for people, but also there's a race this Sunday.
Saturday it was.
Was it Saturday?
On the biggest card of the weekend, Newbury.
The last race, I think, about 10 grand for grabs were in there or something.
6,500 quid, which in itself, it should be more than that, obviously. Not a single entry. Well, I think there was entries and not a single declaration.
So what's going to happen? What happens with that?
Just gets taken off the card, I guess. Unless they can, somehow entice people in. But if you've got a horse and you're going for a pot of 6.5 grand, then pay your bloody training fees.
Wouldn't it be great if on the last day he was like, you were there, and they were like, right, listen, no horse for the last one. There's 6.5 grand. Who wants to run it?
Depends what it's over though. If they start saying like 3 mile one, like nah.
It's only 5k though, lad.
Not me, that.
How pissed would you have to be?
If God, can you imagine a pissed 5k? No thanks, lad.
Yeah, but for 6.5 grand.
Yeah.
Imagine me and you.
Depends how bad your betting's been.
Oh, lad, imagine that.
If you've done the lot.
Know what me and you would end up doing? Know what me and you would end up doing? We'd fix it, lad.
Yeah. Go halves.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Everyone will be like, that's Andy's the fastest amputee in the world. He's going to win this. And then
what
I'll
we do
just
is
blag the race.
Second. About, I don't know, close to the end. Go, fuck, and I'll go, yeah you're all our last wait, he's fucking amputees hurt his leg. And then when they all come back, you just go, bang, blade on, fuck off, get gone.
I'd say I'd get beat.
Why?
On purpose. I'd be like, everyone, I'd be the favourite, wouldn't I?
Oh, what did I say? Fucking hell.
Depends how much I've drank, no doubt, like. But
you took 6 grand off a disabled person there, you're horrible, you.
No, I'd just, like I said, blag it. I'd be the favourite, then I'd say, George, I'm not going to win this, lad. I'm going to throw a so lamey. Anyway, that's one idea, what you could do.
Lamey. But, lad, you know what? I'd give up halfway round. And just be like, I don't even want this.
Sad for horse race. Now, you're going to watch 6-7 races and one pulled out just because there's none. That's not good.
It's bad, because the prize money's a joke. Why would they... Who you'd expect to come for that much money?
Where the prize money's not a joke.
Golf. Yeah.
So the Scottish Open's kicking off. We spoke about it last week. And is it Ian Poulter just done an absolute worldie of a shot?
160 foot.
You've done a little tweet saying it's his new
gold clubs, lad. Someone here, Paul, who actually won at the quiz. Well done, Paul, and everyone else on the table. He put saying the Saudis have got a magnet under the ground. See, get in, Ian. Well in.
Yeah.
Wouldn't put me past them.
I was going to say that would not surprise me.
No.
Yeah, but it's again we called it last week. Woods is having a little bit of a pop at them, hasn't he?
Yeah, he sort of said it was, you're away from what golf is, so to speak. But it's all right being him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Makes more money off Nike than he has off golf for the last 20 years.
Well, that's going to kick off all this weekend. The Scottish Open be interesting. Off topic. Something that we haven't really spoken.
By the way, have you backed anyone in the?
No.
Cameron Smith, me.
Don't know enough about it, golf.
I don't. But I read a preview and I had a £5 free bet off Bet365, so I went on Cameron Smith and he started all right, apparently.
Has he? Yeah. So, bit of controversy here in the Tour de France. So.
Tour de France.
Yeah.
Is that on?
Climate activists have
oh God.
Have been having their go.
What's gluing themselves to the floor or something?
Something like that, yeah. Yeah.
I'm sick of all this, you know.
You know what? I am a little bit, but then I think also like,
no, I agree with I agree with changing the climate and like, you know, trying to.
Have you get off sport for just 30 seconds though, lads? Does it not scare you though that it's happening more and more? Like these climate activists are like going like, we've got X amount of days to start sorting our shit.
Yeah, I know, but how true is it? It's always changing, innit?
I don't know, but it's scary. Yeah, look, we have 989 days left.
Till what? What happens after 989 days? We all die.
No, we're at the point of no return. Like we can't retreat, like reverse our fuck ups, basically.
So, but that it doesn't add up to me, lad. We've been on this earth for however many years, and now we've got 900 days left to reverse it. Get a fuck.
George's not a fan of the activists.
I'm not, mate. I like climate change is clearly an issue, but don't start putting specific days on it, because then, all right, when it's 989 days, yeah, we can't possibly change it now.
It basically caused the 10th stage of the Tour de France to be halted for 10 minutes as they tried to stop riders on the road, basically.
Yeah, but...
So yeah, that's gone on.
I don't mind it, but the other day they glued themselves to a painting.
I seen that, yeah.
Yeah, what's that going to achieve? And he's going, we don't want to do this. The reason we're doing it is because we're going to get attention. Mate, it's a painting. You got a 30-second clip on Twitter and everyone was just calling you a virgin. You didn't get anywhere with it.
Virgin.
He was, though. Every comment was just, oh, you little virgin.
So anyway,
and
that's
that wasn't
gone
me.
on.
I didn't comment. I'm just saying, like, you're not getting anywhere.
So, well, listen, they've got us talking about it on the sport. They've made it to the SPORTCAST.
No, they've got us taking the piss out of it.
You are.
Right, then you fucking go and you go and glue yourself to the floor then.
I might too. No, if I grew...
We want change, you know. So everyone's just like that, Andy, go home.
So there's that for any of you cycling fans. Also, right, this is going to get a bit heavy now.
Oh, God.
So, athletics. Firstly, Tom Daley says he's furious at governing body FINA's decision to restrict the participation of transgender athletes in elite women's competitions. So swimming have come out and said transgenders like, no, you know, we're not going to make any special kind of...
Triathlon have done a category, haven't they?
Well, I was going to come on to that next. So swimming have restricted it. So swimming's world governing body voted to restrict the participation of transgender athletes in elite women's competitions and create a working group to establish an open category. They've said no, we're not doing any of that. British Triathlon have come out and said we will.
Yeah.
So there's going to be an open category now for trans people.
I've got no problem with that.
But swimming have said they have. So Tom Daley's come out and said that's wrong and it's caused a bit of...
Yeah, I think, to eliminate someone from sport because of their choices is wrong, I guess, but it's also wrong to put transgender athletes in the wrong category because it then doesn't make it...
But the only thing I've got right, there's how many trans swimmers are there?
Yeah, but it's a growing community, isn't it?
But there'd be like 2 people, lad.
Okay, but wouldn't that have been the same with the Paralympics?
Yeah, that's why there's not... That's why I couldn't go and be a 10k runner.
That's what I mean, but where do you start to grow it? I'm not... It's like, for example, it's like women's boxing. The talent pool's not that deep yet, but it's going to get deeper because... But
yeah, good point.
If there's a category for transgender people, I think that's fine. Like, as the paying...
Swimming does not.
As the paying public, you don't have to pay. You don't have to watch it if you don't want to.
No.
But you've got to give them an opportunity. I'd rather that than put people in categories where they're physiologically going to win. Do you know what I mean? And that's not right.
No. So yeah, bit of transgender news for you on the Sportscast.
Transgender news? That'll be a section.
Nah, let's stop giggling for a minute. This is serious shit now.
Oh, God.
How mad is it, right?
Hey, who's that fella? How mad's that? Who's he? Oh, what's that? Oh, lad, it's going to do me head in. The fella in the cab. Hey,
Kev's cab, innit?
Kev's cab.
Yeah.
Hey, how mad's that?
So anyway, right. We spoke last week about how here in this country, when someone does great, we kind of adopt them. You know, we use the examples of Lennox Lewis, Greg Rosetsky,
and Edmonds Undies.
Yeah. But we even threw in Mo Farah. And then this week it's come out, Mo Farah has said that he was trafficked into the UK illegally under the name of another child, saying he wants to tell his story, whatever the costs.
Yep.
So the 4-time Olympic champion told the BBC he was born Hussein Abdi Kaheen, and he was brought to the UK with a woman and her children under the name of another boy called Mohammed Farah. So if I am going to try and make some sort of light-hearted joke on this, for all these poor refugees who are coming over for a better life and getting sent to Rwanda, just be good at running and we'll adopt you.
Yeah.
We'll give you an MBE. We'll give you a few gold medals.
Do you reckon he knew?
Well, he obviously didn't he? Apparently, listen, joking aside, it's a sad story. He's been obviously trafficked in, away from his family. He was cleaning kitchens. He was, you know...
It's mad, that.
But this is what's going on for any other normal refugee.
Yeah.
Mo has obviously got into running at a young age.
It's PE, wasn't it, apparently?
Absolutely smashed it. And now he's a Sir Mo. And it just makes me laugh in the sense of, like, you know, all these kind of racist and, you know, the Tories who are like, send them to Rwanda.
Yeah, fuck
if
them.
you had your policy now, there wouldn't be a Mo Farah.
And every single one of them would have been doing the old after the Olympics and all that.
Oh, yeah.
And they'd all have been trying to donate to his things and be at his little fucking, you know, when he has his little receptions and all that. But that is what's wrong with the country in that sense. Everyone just tars people who are trying to get away from hell, basically, hell on earth, as, oh, you want to come into our country, take our jobs? I don't want to work anyway, but...
No. It's like you go, hey George, you know, you're doing well at the minute, lad. Your house is for sale there. Yeah, mate, I'm just going to move. There's a nice area, better schools around the corner, so I'm just going to move there. That is right, lad, boss. Then there's a refugee going, just want to come to your country, you know, better country, you know, I've got kids there, better schools, you know. Nah, lad.
Do you know what it is, lad? It's the cynical, it's horrible, lad. It's the cynical nature of it. Because you see them all on social media and they're like, you know, they start saying, oh, they're going to come in and, you know, the criminals, they're going to, like, you know, rape people and all that. But why not look at the positives of somebody coming in? Like, you one of the greatest athletes that we've ever created.
Yeah, we.
Yeah, in massive... But it's the same. I don't know if I don't watch cricket or like cricket. I just don't get it. It's not for me. But there's a boss thing on at the BBC at the moment, Freddie Flintoff's. So basically, he's gone back to Preston, where he learned cricket. But 2/3 of the Ashes team, that was the last Ashes team, went to private school. So he's trying to set up something in his hometown to get kids who are from like disadvantaged backgrounds or fucking about in school or something into cricket. And you know, he's got these kids in and, like, you know, the very base level, but some of them are like, for example, one kid was 18, he was homeless because he couldn't live with his mum, and like now he's fine, he's never had any mates, but now he's got mates in his cricket team and stuff. And anyway, one day in one of the sessions, a little kid comes down who barely speaks any English, and like, all right, yeah, get involved. And anyway, gets the ball, it's his turn to bowl, and he just launches it about, I don't know how many miles an hour, smacks straight off the stumps. Freddie Flintoff's like, what the who's this? Anyway, he's a refugee from Afghanistan. Mate, his trip to the UK was in the back of lorries, on his own, mate. He's like, he's no older than 14. Back of lorries, didn't eat for whatever. Made his way from like Afghanistan right the way through, ended up in like Italy, into France, got over to the UK somehow, and then cut himself out of this truck and handed himself into the police station. And anyway, he ends up living with a foster family, but all he cares about is cricket. He said he didn't even know anything about TVs, electricity, or anything like that.
Just loves playing cricket.
Yeah, but just loves playing cricket. But then, so what he was saying, like, his dream is to play cricket for England. And like, for every like mad and horrible story that you want to fabricate about these people, look at that. Do you know what I mean?
But you know what? There's mad horrible stories go on that people who are born in our country. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, that's my old. Do you know, like, when people say about certain like people or religions or whatever, the people, I'm a white man. There's historically some of the worst people ever born, the most evil people, are white men. So if you want to tar everyone with that brush, you might as well say I'm horrible then, because they are. It's just so short-sighted, and it winds me up.
Yeah, well, he always come out and he said, look, I want to tell my story, whatever the consequences. Now, listen, they are not going to kick him out the country.
They're not.
They are not. Do you know what I mean?
They'll dress it up and say, look what Britain can do. But like,
yeah.
but then at the same time,
and then at the same time, get that flight ready for Rwanda.
Yeah, I hate it.
It's a fucking joke, innit?
If everyone was just fucking decent human beings and just was like, we could have so many more people like Mo Farah. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
but
it's not
I'm glad he's being honest about it. But I mean, it's not going to change anything. I'm sure if he was a bang average runner, it probably would have.
That's what I mean.
It's just horrible.
If this is a message to any refugees wanting to come to the UK, just start running.
Yeah.
Get good at running. Not only can then you run away from when they're trying to chase you when you get in the country. As soon as you get off the lorry, you'll be dead good at getting away from them.
And the fellas like, fuck that.
And then once you get yourself into a foster care and all that, then you'll be a decent runner.
Sport's life's greatest equaliser, isn't it?
It's fucking work for Mo anyway.
Yeah, fucking has.
Or fucking whatever his name was.
Good luck to him.
Good luck to Mo. Anyway, on again, another serious subject in tennis this week. I don't know if you've seen Andy Murray's come out and said he had concerns for Nick Kyrgios' mental health.
Mum?
Was it his mum?
She said Andy Murray was the person who noticed something of self-harm, like signs of self-harm with Nick Kyrgios, and raised it with him and his family, and then they got him help and stuff. So I think
anyone who watched Wimbledon, it's clear to see that's a guy with some issues.
Oh, I mean, no doubt about it.
Unbelievable player, but clearly troubled in some aspects of his life.
Yeah, I mean, he's not balanced, is he? Like, you know, not one way or another. He's obviously got emotional issues, and he can lose his rag like quicker than anyone I've ever seen. But
he strikes me as a person. I always remember it's a tactic. I've got a friend who's a sports psychologist, and it's a genuine known sport tactics, and it's kind of like what Mourinho done when he first, when Mourinho was good,
yeah,
and he come to Chelsea, and he kind of made the Chelsea players believe that everyone was against them, everyone against them, and almost Nick does that. He kind of picks arguments with the bloody ball boy, the opposition, the umpire, just to kind of be like, yeah, right, you're fucking against me now.
I think it's huge levels of insecurity as well. Probably as a backstory of his clear issues with mental health or whatever. It's almost like, I'm gonna put myself so out there that you can't attack me. Do you know what I mean? I'm gonna attack myself before you attack me. And it's quite sad to watch, because I know like Novak's a joke, but when Nick Kyrgios puts it together, mate, he's as good as any of them. Like naturally, in terms of the shots he can pull off and stuff. But it's just between the ears.
Well, I think that's exactly, you summed it up perfectly, and since that's how the match went, there was moments in that match you were like, wow, he is a belter. Yeah. But it's like that kind of mental instability can only last so long when you come against like a seasoned professional who's just so on it, got the endurance and got that kind of mental fortitude to go, this match is over 4 hours, not 30 minutes. Yeah. And that's what Novak did too.
Novak's so cold, man. Like,
yeah,
he obviously dropped the first set, didn't he? But then nothing changes. His game doesn't change. Like, he doesn't start trying to be more aggressive. He doesn't start to do something. He just plays.
But I just think that's that confidence of like, I know what I'm doing here. It'll come together. Just boom. Let's just keep going.
He's a freak, mate. He's a freak.
Loved watching him Wimbledon. Obviously, the final ended last Sunday. Watched the final. I've made up Novak won.
See them journalists attacking him and stuff, saying he should give his money back because he didn't have. I mean, I'm definitely not trying to go down the COVID line here, but just like the way people will prey on you, even when you're successful. They were like, you should give your money back to people who were affected by COVID and.
Fuck off! Who said that?
It was like a blue tick journalist, someone writing tennis. I think I quote tweeted it and said, seriously, how do I get off this planet? And I've like people were like agreeing with me, but
you know what's mad, right? You know what's mad? How there was a thing about Muhammad Ali, wasn't there?
Oh my god, yeah, someone saying that they did Novak and Muhammad Ali thing.
But what I think's interesting, and I think we'll probably disagree with what you're saying. It's just how people view certain things. So. At that time, the whole of the US, rightly or wrongly, thought that Vietnam was a worthy cause and what they needed to do. Yeah. And for whatever reason, Muhammad Ali took a stand against it and said, I don't want to put my body on the line and go and fight for something I don't believe in. Yeah. Everyone goes, wow, what a man. All that. Novak, completely different reasons, says, look, COVID's a real thing and all that, but I just don't want to put that in my body. Yeah. Whatever. Everyone's, he's a cunt.
Yeah. I think, the way the fella was talking about it, it wasn't a case of, standing up, what Novak did, I'm all for him. Like, yeah, I couldn't support him anymore. But I think what he was trying to do is like the criticism Novak's got compared to what Ali got. Like, Ali was literally fucking put in jail and shit, you know what I mean? Like, obviously it's two different worlds.
Massively different things as well.
But yeah, what Novak has handled this, in my opinion, perfectly.
Yeah.
Like,
and I'm not one of these. I'm saying, oh no, like don't get the back. I'm not asked about any of that.
No.
I like the fact though that he didn't succumb to pressure.
No.
And he just went, you know what? Look, if you don't want me to play, I won't play. But I'm not having it.
Every time he does play, he wins.
Yeah. And I do feel hard done on him because he never won the Australian Open because he couldn't play.
Yeah. And he can't play in the US Open, can he?
Can't play in the US now. He got beaten in the French, didn't he, by Nadal? But I don't think he played in the Australian. But he didn't. And it's like, he's on 30, Nadal's on 31.
Yeah.
And I feel a bit...
But it's like anything, mate. It's like, if you stand away from the crowd and you have a different opinion, or you do different action from what everyone else is doing, you will get vilified no matter what level of where you at, or what the subject, or what level of sort of celebrity status you are. You stand out from the crowd anywhere, you're going to get it. And he's handled it well, in my opinion. But I think it's tennis' greatest loss, because I've loved Wimbledon and I'll watch the US Open now. But then I'll be like, oh, fucking hell, Djokovic would have probably been in the final.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's annoying, but again, you just stick to his ability. He's incredible. He is incredible.
Mate, going on to boxing, your best mate, the biggest hypocrite walking the planet.
Your best mate, you were after him on Twitter. I reckon you might end up fighting Tyson Fury.
Yeah, and
he'd probably fight you.
I've trained with him, lad, haven't I? That's my little claim to fame. Trained with the heavyweight champion of the world, and he's a nice guy.
That's why you talk shit, innit? You spend too much time around.
Yeah, but you know what? It kills me all this because I actually really like him. I spent like half a day with him. Thought, what a guy, brilliant. And then I just see these fucking videos that go viral of him.
I'm a man of the people. That businessman. I fight him for free.
So his latest one, in his whole thing that he done for free, was it?
No, he done a paid ticket event to listen to him on stage. Lined up his Ferocity drink exclusive to wherever it is, Iceland or whatever. And then he said, AJ's a businessman. I'll come back out of retirement and beat him for free if he beats Usyk. And beat him if he beats Usyk for free at Wembley. Everyone can get in for free, and it's on BBC or it's on terrestrial television.
But that won't happen.
Can't happen. It's impossible.
I'll tell you what happens. Right, I will tell you what happens. He says all this.
Yeah.
Then he'll go to his manager and go, look, I've come out and said all this. Obviously, I don't want that to happen. I want to make
whoa.
I want to make loads of money. So, Frank, you go out and you speak on my behalf and say that it can't be done for free. And you make it out that you've made the decision that I can't. It's like me, like a speaking gig coming to me. And they go, oh, Andy, can you come and speak at this? We've got no money, though. And I go, yeah, I'll do it for now. Just speak to my manager. And I go to you, lad,
please.
Fucking charge them. Fucking big.
I am not doing that for free.
And then I go to, listen, I would, but it's not me there. That's all that is. If that ever does come about, by the way, which I don't think it will.
Tell you what will happen. Joshua will get knocked out by Usyk and Fury go, nah, no thanks.
Well, I think, though, he can't no more, can he?
No.
He can't go, if Joshua wins, I want this fight. Because you could just go, Usyk wins, so take that fight.
Yeah. Lad.
Do you not think he'd do that?
No, he would never fight Usyk.
Why?
He just won't, lad. It's just...
Well, who does Usyk fight then? If he wins? Or when he wins, we should say.
I think he'll fuck it off.
Retire?
I don't think he doesn't need it, lad. And you won't... And when you say all this, like, I know people joke about Bellew and that, Usyk will walk away. Like, they're built different than people, lad. He'll go and, like, serve for his country or something. They're just built different, do you know what I mean? He definitely won't be doing...
paid fucking ticket and shows like Fury.
Yeah, but I just think Fury sees Usyk as I either get beat or people will go, oh, he was small anyway. Do you know what I mean? But I don't think any heavy... I know everyone disagrees with me on this, but I'll bet anyone any money now Usyk would beat Tyson Fury.
I want to see it happen.
I do, but it will never happen. But if Joshua wins, then the fight will happen because Joshua needs it. Joshua knows that there's only certain fights he can have now. The zone will want it because they've signed Joshua for 10 fights. They've missed this fight with Usyk because it's going to Sky Sports. So they've got to pay Joshua for 10 fights. Who the fuck is he going to fight?
So I'll just explain to me how this works then. So how have Sky got the Joshua fight when Joshua's Eddie's man and DAZN?
Eddie sold the rights to this fight to Saudi Arabia. So when Saudi Arabia come in with all that money, they don't say, come and do it in our country. We'll give you this boss venue. You organise everything. They go, we're having this. Sell it to us. Eddie goes, this is how much it's worth to us. There you go. So then they've got the rights then to whatever happens. So then Saudi have obviously outlaid X amount of money. Then they will go, right, okay, to bring money back in that we've spent to get it here, send the TV rights out to bids. So then they'll go out and DAZN will put a bid in, Sky will put a bid in, whoever else will put a bid in. And Sky paid 30 million apparently, which is crazy.
What, as in cheap or expensive?
Expensive, because so the first fight did 700,000 buys at 19, I think it was 1999, let's say it is, so it did 700,000 buys. That recaptures your 13.9 million. Okay, so they've outlaid 30. So they're either going to have to, they're either have to do 1.5 million at that price point, or they're going to put it for like 30 quid. And even if they did that, if they do 700,000 buys, they only get 21 mil. They're going to have to either put the price point at a crazy height, or do a million and a half buys, but it just won't do that many, because people know the result, really, don't they, if we're all honest. I mean, it's not like that fight, it's not like Fury Joshua where you go, there'll be some people going, Joshua's going to chin him, or Fury might chin him at the press conference or not. They're going to go to the press conference, Usyk's going to smile and probably dance or do something mad. Then he's going to go and put a clinic on Joshua. It just hasn't got that. I'll watch it and you'll watch it because you're a sports fan, but if I went to my mum, for example, and went, Mum, Joshua's fighting Usyk, do you want to buy it? She'd go, probably not. Not on my Sky package, I'll just let me know what happens. And they're the people that you need. You don't need me and you, sports fans. You need people who don't watch sport to buy it. Yeah. And it's just not going to happen.
Why do you not think Eddie put in DAZN?
He probably did. He probably tried, but that 30 mil's a lot, man. I don't think that, like, you're basically resigning yourself to losing money. But like what Eddie said, it's a spiteful business, or Sky probably said get it at all costs, just get one over on Eddie, do you know what I mean?
Do you reckon, yeah?
Yeah.
It's a lot of money to get someone over on someone.
It's like what Frank did with the Fury fight, though, wasn't it? He did like 30 odd million or something to win the purse bid with Dillian White, but like it's crazy, mate. But it's all a game of who's got the bigger dick, innit?
Yeah. So I also just don't get how Tyson's not just sitting off in his house in Morecambe. He's retired now. Why he's still doing all this?
Still got the belt, hasn't he?
Well. Anyway.
Mate, I don't know what Tyson's doing, but he's just being Tyson, isn't he?
Before we get on to actual serious matters of boxing, I've seen that Rahman Jr.'s come out and said that this Jake Paul's made the biggest mistake of his life. Yeah.
I don't know, lad. The massive size difference, like Rahman Jr. is massive.
Is he?
Like, meathead, but he got knocked out in his last fight, but against someone who's obviously better than Jake Paul, but they've been sparring partners and like, just don't buy it, do you know what I mean? He's never earned this amount of money in his life, lad.
Who, Rahman Jr.?
Yeah, because he's fought on, like, not small but smaller shows in the US. So there's going to be a lot of dough in this fight, lad. A lot of dough.
Last weekend's action mate, Chisora.
Horrible. Did you watch it?
No.
Horrible, lad. Just
Why?
the worst advert for boxing you could ever imagine.
What, just sluggish and just...
Yeah, he's fucked, mate. He's fucked. He's got nothing left. Talking about putting him in Wilder.
Oh, my God.
Lad, he'll die. 1 minute.
Like you now.
I'm in a bad way with this cold, people. I'm sorry. But yeah,
no, I didn't see it, but...
He will die, lad.
He won, though.
Yeah, but... If you watch, like, no, don't watch it. I wouldn't even put that on you. So Pulev was throwing, like, a couple of shots around, and then Chisora just, like, wind up a big, massive overhand right that would land, and then Pulev would walk through it. And then, yeah, it was like, I think it was 116, 112 or something like that. 2 rounds, 3 rounds or whatever. 4 rounds. But, like, it was awful. But Wilder, people have this perception that Wilder's just some mug now, because Fury beat him. Lad, he would comatose Chisora.
That'd be scary to watch someone who, like you said, is a bit slower, a bit, like, maybe not all there. His punch
resistance is gone completely. He got it with a couple of, like, little sort of sharp ones, and you could see him giving it, like, the old one of them, and then he'd recover and go again. But Pulev hasn't got that, like, finishing instinct anymore. But if Wilder hits you one of them, you're going, like, asleep.
Proper kip.
Do you know what I mean? It's just... Well, unless he's... I was having this discussion with someone on Twitter this week. Someone listened to the Sportcast. I was like, he must have made money. Why is he still going?
How old is he?
Late 30s, lad, 38. Turned over in 2007, lad. It's a long time ago, to be boxing. And he's had some absolute wars, been knocked out bad. It's not just that, though. It's the rounds he's done in the gym, lad. That's how Chisora spars the way he fights. Like face first. He's had as many fights in the gym as he's had in the ring. Scary.
Another one I see, mate, who maybe you talk about Wilder getting disrespected was Josh Taylor. Come on, so like, you know, demand respect, and I think in a way that him winning that fight's almost been a negative for him, hasn't it?
Yeah, 100%, because he lost the fight. It was a reaction to it.
Yeah.
It was I devil won.
Yeah.
If you come out and go, look, you know, maybe he did beat me, but let's do it again. Everyone goes, well in that. Like, that's a champion, that. Like, champions leave no doubt, you know what I mean? Like, flip to the UFC when people said Volkanovski was like, got beat by Holloway. He was like, "Son, let's do it again then.
Yeah.
And I'll win this time." But it was the way he come out. He was like, "I'm not doing it. I'm going up in weight. I beat him anyway." You know you never.
Yeah,
we know you never. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely lost a lot of fans. He's coming out this week saying, you know, I demand respect, and you know,
if he comes in and batters Catterall, then you get your respect back. But it was just it's the way you handle yourself, innit?
Yeah.
It's like be honest. People's eyes don't lie. They know you lost, but again, it's that fear of losing in boxing, though, mate. It's like, I can't get rid of me out. That goes, you know what I mean? Whereas sometimes, if you'd have come out and gone, even in his post-fight, just gone, I've got lucky there, respect to Jack, but what I think, I'm going to rest, get married. Even if he said to Jack, look, can you give me 12 months, I'm going to get married, because I know he had his wedding planned, and then, look, I'm coming back as good as I can, and we'll do it again. I think even Catterall would have went, it was the ref's fault, lads, it weren't your fault. Let's just go again. It's the way you handle yourself, innit?
One other fight that doesn't need no introduction, mate, was Benn and Eubank. 29 years on from the date when their half fellas got it on.
Ever watched them fights? Boss.
Yeah, like seeing highlights of them and all that.
How are you for it?
I mean, Liam Smith's come out and he's been critical of it, saying that, you know, Eubank doesn't want the big fights.
Yeah.
I mean, this is obviously a big fight. Was it 7 mil to the winner?
Reported 7 mil to the winner, yeah. But you'd be getting paid, 7 figures just to be there, I'd imagine.
It's one of them, isn't it? It's a big fight in the sense that it's one for the ages. It's a big fight in that sense, but obviously what Liam's saying, it's not a big fight in regards to...
It's not a boxing big fight.
It's not getting you up the rankings, etc., and where you want to be.
But if Eubank fights Liam, he doesn't get paid anywhere near this much, and there's a lot of things that could go wrong. Liam could beat Eubank quite easily. Styles wise and stuff. What he's getting in is like, I need to lose £4, get down to 156, and fight a guy who's not even a massive welterweight. So you don't look at Conor Benn at 147 and go, you're massive, you just think, hey, he's a £147 fighter. So Eubank's going in there with huge experience advantage, a power advantage, a size advantage, and 7 million sitting across the table. I want to see the Liam Smith fight, but
it's a no-brainer though. If
you have to sit in his, like, he's 32 now. I said last night on Twitter, Benn's not getting a world title fight at welterweight. He's not ready. Eubank's not. He's nowhere near anything.
It makes sense for the both of them, doesn't it?
Because if Benn loses, they go, look, we're going back down to welterweight. We dared to be great, as they say. It come up short, he was bigger than me, but now I'm back down to 147. I'm going to go for that world title.
Yeah, it's a bit of a free for Benn, it seems like, isn't it?
100%. It's like for the legacy, innit? But then with Eubank, if he loses, alright, his career might be done, but that Liam Smith fight probably still be there, and a couple of mil in the bank. He hasn't got many fights left to make a couple of mil. And when you can't sell a ticket in your hometown, when you don't really have a promoter, I know he's with the Sauerlands a little bit, you don't have a TV deal, you're nowhere near a world title fight, and someone comes over and goes, what are you going to do?
He's got his half a little tank.
Exactly. Yeah, we'll just go with Dad. Nice one.
know that fight you had 29 years ago? Nice one.
But to be fair, I've never been a fan of Eubank, but I watched him on the have you seen that Diary of a CEO podcast?
No.
It's with the guy out of Dragon's Den, or
Steve Bartlett.
Yeah, it was good. It was really good. I mean, he's a little bit condescending. The guy.
I don't like that Steve Bartlett.
Yeah,
I don't like him.
I mean, he's got a great podcast, but he's a little bit in the way he talks. But I think, Eubank's been through a lot. His brother died like a year ago, stuff like that. And, it's a good story.
Who wins that fight? Do you think?
Eubank probably. He's 8-13 in the opening odds. I think that's probably value if anyone likes a bet. But he's like, there's weight classes for a reason, lad. And Eubank can definitely hit. The only issue I'd have if I was a Eubank supporter is he seems stuck between two styles under Roy Jones.
Yeah, I remember you saying this.
He's gone away from just getting in the mix and having it to like this boxing style, and if I was him, I would just go and have a fight with Eubank, because go and have a fight with Conor Benn, because Conor Benn at that weight's probably got 6 rounds to get you. And to be fair to Eubank, whatever people like me might say about his boxing ability, he's got a solid chin, and he's not scared to put his chin out there. So I think he'd probably just win a battle of the wills, and I wouldn't be surprised if he stopped Ben, maybe just being a bigger guy, 7-12 or something. But I think, look, mate, I booked a hotel in London last night for October.
Have you?
Yeah, on booking.com. Got you there, lad. And I'll buy, and I'll try and work it one way or another. But if not, I'll buy a ticket to go and watch. As a British boxing fan, we literally cannot sell out an arena at the minute. Eddie Hearn done 7,000 in the O2 last week. Oh, it's 22.
That's mad.
The UFC going there next week and we'll do 23,000.
Do you think then there's an argument that there's too many promotions? There's
100%,
too many.
lad. There's too. It's like it's a bit like I made this comparison. You know, horse racing. I think there's too much racing. I think racing every day dilutes the big and good races. Do you know what I mean? I think when Eddie was the man and it was maybe Frank just trying to chase him. Yeah, Eddie was putting on unreal shows, but now you've got so many different options to go and watch, and we literally can't sell out an arena no matter where. If it comes to Liverpool, we do well to sell it out now, and like now you've got a fight here that's massive for British boxing. Just enjoy it.
Yeah. What have you got on this weekend?
Nick Ball's back.
Nick Ball, the beast.
He's fighting the second best featherweight in Namibia.
How good's Namibia, lad?
Not very fucking good. Well, he was fighting a guy called Nathaniel Collins, who was a Scottish lad who was undefeated as well, and that was a great fight. I was all in on that. Great fight. Collins then pulled out. Nick was like very critical of it, saying sort of he's bottled it, so to speak. So then they've got this Nathaniel Kahololo. Lad, you know what I'm like for watching fights. This week,
what's his name?
Nathaniel Kahololo. Kahololo. He's 14-3-1 from Namibia. Mate,
I feel sorry for him already.
I have done everything I can to watch any of his fights this week.
Any luck?
There's about 38 seconds of a round from a sports arena, a sports hall in Namibia, and it's just him just trading bombs with some other guy.
It's going to be dangerous for him, innit?
It is going to be pretty dangerous for him, I imagine, yeah.
What's Nick Ball, like 1-50 or something?
He is, but he's like, I think he's like 10-3 to win in like 6 rounds or something like that. I mean, you've got to be a bit of a tune into the betting show, Minge Bags, where we'll be breaking it right down that fight. But the top of the bill, Lennox Clark versus Mark Heffron's a boss fight for the British super middleweight title. Hamza Shiraz is on there, who's just won the Boxing Prospect of the Year, so the award, which is pretty prestigious. Dennis McCann's on there, and then all the way down to some prospects. But yeah, it's not like a proper massive card. Again, it won't sell out the Copper Box Arena in London, but it'd be good to see Nick back and making another little sort of step towards a big belt at featherweight. But,
and anything else on boxing before we go on to UFC?
I think we've done it all, haven't we? I think we had a couple of questions on Patreon. No, should we?
Yeah, it was either that or UFC. What do you want to go into first?
No, come on, let's do the UFC and we'll end the show on some questions that we missed off from this Patreon exclusive. So
the thing with Paddy is seeing this week was he done a thing with obviously Barstool Sports, and
I'm gonna batter this kid, mate.
Yeah, he's a mushroom.
Didn't even have any followers till he got matched.
Yeah, he's like, no one fucking knew he was 2 months ago, and now Paddy's expected to batter him. What, 2 weeks to the fight?
Yeah, next week.
Yeah, it's a week. Sorry, week away.
It's a good fight, you know. I rate Jordan Lever.
So when he was like 2.5 weeks away, he had £20 to lose.
It's all in his face, though, lad. He's ripped to bits now.
Oh no, yeah. Like I say, I said on the last week's sportscast that, you know, I seen him in person. He looks great, but it's mad when you think about that. Like the weight loss, it is mad.
Weight cutting's mad. It's a good fight, you know. Jordan Lever's good, mate.
Paddy doesn't. Well, he probably does. You know, maybe behind closed doors. But if you listen to any interview, Paddy's not giving him
around. Do well to knock him out and around, like.
Yeah.
Very well. Jordan Lever's he hasn't got. I know why they've matched Paddy with him, because obviously Paddy's been hit and hurt in 2 fights. Obviously, you know, recovered and won the fight, so that you know, he can't go swimming without getting wet. But Jordan Lever's not known for like throwing hands, but he's a tricky fighter on the ground. Like, I know Paddy's, you know, more than capable, and jiu-jitsu as well, but I could see it going all the way.
Really, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a solid fight. I think Paddy's better than him. I think Paddy wins, but I think Jordan Leavitt will ask him some questions at least. I mean, look at when Jordan Leavitt got signed to the UFC, done the Contender Series. Look at the way Dana was talking about him. He was like, that was impressive. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Give him a contract straight away. He done an interview and he's like, after he's reading off, he's like, Jordan Leavitt. So they're all sat up on the stage, and he just goes, "Welcome to the UFC." And Jordan Leavitt, it's a good fight. It's a really good fight.
Someone who has not been in the UFC too much, Darren Till, done a little chat with our mate Nick Pete.
Yeah,
who's been on the show.
Lad, it was half sad that.
I've not watched it yet. I will watch it though.
Just saying, like, people have said to him, like, retire and stuff like that, and he's just like, I'm so low at the minute, like, you all think like everything's great and stuff. He said, my knee's done in.
What's he done to his knee then?
So he done his ACL twice, I think, and then he went into that Derek Brunson fight with a bad knee. Obviously, when you fight a UFC fight with a blown out knee, you're gonna do damage. And I think as soon as his training stepped up this time, his knee just said no. Do you know what I mean? But it wasn't him that pulled out. His management said to the UFC, he cannot fight. And then the UFC had to pull it, because Darren would never have pulled out. But everyone around him, like Nick, Michael Bisping said the same thing. Like, you can't afford to lose again. You can't go in there without being 100%. But it's just...
What does he do then?
Just got to get healthy, lad. Just got to get healthy.
I know, but if he physically can't, what does he do?
I don't know, but that's what he was saying. Like, he was just saying, I'm so frustrated at the moment. He believes his peak years are ahead of him. He's 29. He was even saying, like, all this sort of hype around everyone else in Britain. He was like, I'm the best in Britain. Like, people seem to be forgetting about me. So, as a fan, it's exciting, because if he does come back and he comes back with a vengeance, you've got a great competitor in the middleweight division there. And the middleweight division is screaming out for someone to come and put it on Adesanya. Do you know what I mean? But
on that, again, you're the main man for it. I'm just the enthusiast. Is he still the best MMA fighter in England? You
got to say no on recent form, but I mean, that he's fighting at a completely different level to anyone else in British MMA. Do you know what I mean? Like,
what regards to rankings?
Yeah, I mean, he's right up there. You could argue Paul Craig's right up there in the light heavyweight division, but Paddy would obviously say he's the best. But the thing with Paddy and Molly and stuff like that, they're not fighting guys at the very top. Although Molly's fought, Talia Santos, who just went for an absolute war with the champ. Then but he is competing at the very top of the middleweight division. Do you know what I mean? He's fought like Robert Whittaker and stuff. These are fellas who are going to go down as some of the greatest middleweights to ever live. Do you know what I mean? He's not like he's fighting chumps.
Yeah, I get it. I just think like it's.
But actions speak louder than words, don't they? People forget really quickly.
Yeah, that's what people are guilty of. Me especially. He's not fought in such a while. Can he still say he's the best out there? Yeah,
you can't, because it's a bit like. It's like, for example, Haaland in football getting an injury this year for 18 months and then coming back going, I'm the best striker in the world. Someone else spent 2 years building bridges, and I just think... But once he comes back, you can never doubt Darren's talent. He's a incredible talent when he's on it. He's just getting him on it and getting him healthy.
What have we got? Oh, you said about Conor McGregor as well. You seen a chat with...
Yeah, so John Kavanagh was on the same thing. Check it out. It's a block asset thing with Nick Pete and Adam Castle. And he was just saying he was in the gym on a community sort of Brazilian jiu-jitsu session, and good old Conor rolls in, puts a bit of a beating on John Kavanagh, his coach, or, at least drops a few elbows, and then says, right, that was day one, coach, I'll be back. So it looks like McGregor's finally in camp, like. But I just seen he's in Ibiza for his birthday, so... Well, I don't know.
he done one session like nah.
Is that you on your health kick that?
Oh no, don't start that. I got a text off my PT going, yeah. He texted saying how's the diary going? I'm just went, fucking there's a pint in front of me.
Should text back saying, yeah, that diary of CEO's a belter podcast, you like it, yeah?
Not today, coach. What else is on this weekend?
Lad, the UFC this weekend is like porn for me.
That means the betting show's going to get heavy then. I like it when there's
show is going to be heavy.
I like it when there's loads of boxing UFC
we talk about masturbating quite a lot on the pacing thing. This is my fucking territory.
This is your porno.
It starts at 4:00 on Saturday afternoon on BT Sports.
Right, okay, nice.
4:00.
Better for you and your sleep pattern.
Oh my God, when I get in bed on Saturday night, it's like, but You got on the prelims, you got our own Jack Shaw fighting a bantamweight against Ricky Simone. Great fight. That'll be like, I don't know, 6 o'clock, maybe 5:30.
Lovely.
And then the main card, oh mate, honest to God, just Shane Burgos versus Charles Jourdain, featherweight. Have you ever seen Shane Burgos' knockout when he gets hit? He gets hit by Josh Emmett, and he's standing there for like 15 seconds, and then he goes.
Yeah, yeah.
And he falls all. That's Shane Burgos.
Right, okay, yeah.
Shane Burgos is a violent man. Like, he just comes for the scrap. Charles Jourdain is another violent man who just likes to throw flying knees, back elbows, backflip kicks, whatever he wants to do. Them two are going to throw down. It's in Long Island, and Shane Burgos is the only fella on the card who's got some sort of New York
affiliation.
So he's gonna have loads of fans in there. Charles Jourdain's gonna love it. If that's not fight of the night, I give up. I'm not even watching UFC anymore. You got, and then top of the card, Brian Ortega versus Yair Rodriguez at featherweight. We spoke about Ortega when he got Volkanovski. He fought for the champ belt against the champ.
Yeah.
And it was like, there's like an iconic picture. He gets him in like the guillotine, and like he's called T-City, so triangles his thing. You know, jiu-jitsu's his thing. And I don't know how Volkanovski got out of it. I watched it again last night.
I've seen that interview, and he goes like, "I'm thinking I'm winning."
Yeah, he said I was on top of him, and he said, "This is my world. People don't get out of this."
I've seen that.
And then Volkanovski gets out of it, gets on top, starts laying into Ortega. Then he gets a triangle. So
I've seen that fight.
Mate, it's one of the best featherweight fights you'll ever see. And I'm a big Brian Ortega fan. I think he's been beat by Max Holloway and Alexander Volkanovski, the two best current featherweights. So I think he's just next, do you know what I mean? But I mean, that's his world, and I don't know how he got out of it.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. It's so deep. It's just hard. But he's fighting Yair Rodriguez, who's like the next guy below. So it probably goes Volkanovski, Holloway, Ortega. Yair Rodriguez is the guy that everyone thinks can break that. And apparently he's been told if he beats Ortega, then you get a shot at Volkanovski. But Ortega's like, I was the closest person to beat Volkanovski. Everyone's saying Volkanovski's pound for pound now. Ortega had him seconds away from tapping out. So he's like, I'm going to win this and I'm going back for that. But Yair's like, I'm the young gun, I'm coming. Like, so there's so much on the line for the winner.
Yeah.
But it's a 5-round fight. Yair Rodriguez is, again, a nutter. He just throws crazy, sort of. In the stand-up, he's probably got an advantage, but Ortega's got a chin from the gods. Like, he's going nowhere, do you know what I mean? Volkanovski hit him with everything, Holloway hit him with everything, he didn't budge. And I just think, as long as his he was saying that he's been that good at jiu-jitsu for so long that he just left it. He was like, I've got that in the bag. Yeah. I'm a wizard.
Yeah.
And then he said when he got on top, he's watched the Volkanovski stuff back. He said when I got on top, there's like minor things I've done that I probably didn't even realise, but because I haven't been training it.
Yeah,
that's why. Yeah. So I think I make Ortega favourite, and I think he's betting favourite, but it's a hell of a fight, man. And I can't wait to break it down on the betting show. But the whole card's just unreal. Can't wait.
Lad, I can see the excitement. I'm excited for the betting show.
4 o'clock. What more can you ask for as a UFC fan?
Postman's on his early deliveries, lad.
I literally am. The postman is on the early shift. No night shift around here. But you know what the best thing? Patreon, I imagine, will be flying because people will be in the comments with all the bets. I'll be able to engage with people on Twitter. And it won't be 4:30 in the morning. Just me and my dog.
You seem so happy, lad.
Lad, I can't even explain to you. If anyone speaks to me in my house from 4 o'clock onwards, me murder.
If your missus has the baby before
you... lad, don't say that. Not Saturday.
You should just get the betting show out first, lad. As long as that's done.
Why have you said that?
We'll just get it out done early.
Oh my God, you've ruined my day.
It'll be fine, lad.
My bird's going to go at 3 o'clock on Saturday. Oh, I'm just going to go, no. No. We are waiting. Ortega versus Rodriguez is about to happen. We're waiting.
Give it 6 hours, babe. It'll be fine.
Do you reckon Western Hospital's got BT Sport?
You'll have it on your phone, 100%.
All right, love. God, what a guillotine. Have we got any questions?
Do you want to do a question? Is there any on there? So, for anyone who's not on any minge bags there, we do Patreon, and there's always a couple of sports ones.
I don't know, I've got through the show with this thing, you know.
Was there any sports ones? One of the sports ones I think I've seen was...
There's the top 4 in relegation predictions, which we will do closer to the season, I reckon.
know what I will mention actually? What we are going to be doing again is like we did last year, fantasy football. Last year there was nearly $2,500 in prize money given out. 1,200 quid to the winner, who was Richard Kirk.
Yeah.
And then we were doing about £100 a month, I think it was. We're going to be doing another one of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's only on Patreon now. So if you want to get involved and win a couple of grand, don't be a minge bag. Pay the £1 a week and you can get involved in our fantasy football. Because of the success of the fantasy, we're also going to do a last man standing. As some of you will remember, I won a last man standing last year in my gym. I won 10 grand. We're going to do a last man standing again, solely for Patreon users. Yeah. So again, don't be a minge bag. Get signed up and get involved in the last man standing or the fantasy footy. All the details will be on Patreon. Do
you know why you should get involved as well, though? It's just the sense of community in there, isn't it?
Yeah,
like,
it's good laugh, isn't it?
And I think that'll just only enhance that. I mean, but yeah, let's get to a couple of questions. I had this one. If you could bring any sports person from history in their prime and drop them into respective sport today, who would you pick? Would they dominate or make the sport more interesting? I said this, Lennox Lewis, just to come back and fill Tyson Fury in.
Do you think, yeah?
I love Lennox Lewis.
You always talk about Lennox Lewis, don't you?
Oh my God.
I think it's so hard, isn't it? Because it's changed so much, hasn't it?
Yeah, but...
As in, you know, just like... You look at football, like you look even at like the treble side that Man United had, they wouldn't even lace the boots of half the teams now.
What about Stevie in a Klopp team, though? Prime Gerrard. Lad. Imagine him setting like the tempo for the Klopp team. I'm talking like 05, 06, 07, 08 Gerrard. Yeah. Like just an
that
absolute...
like 4 or 5 year spell, yeah. You'd have him in before Keita, like.
Oh, fucking hell.
Boxing wise, obviously Ali. It's like the obvious one. I'd want to see him in any era. Pete Sampras, you know.
You like to see Pete Sampras in with the boys, yeah?
Yeah. Because we always talk about that, you know, the big three now.
I'd say Hemman, just to come out and get go out quicker than he used to. Yeah. He wasn't even playing anyone good.
That'd be cruel. That's the cruelty aspect.
Hemman over the other side of the thing is like, yeah, Tim's playing the world number 946 today. Should be a close one. Well, Tim.
Bring Maria Sharapova back. Anna Kournikova. Them two would be great to be back in action.
Maybe don't bring anyone back, just allow Serena Williams to keep going. Yeah. You said to me at the quiz, did she win a major as a pregnant woman?
Yeah, she won Wimbledon.
That is incredible. Yeah. We talked this week on Patreon, we spoke about big dick energy.
We talked about moments in time where someone has encapsulated the most big dick energy ever.
That is it.
Yeah, Conor McGregor's got a few, I think. We
settled on Freddie Mercury, though.
Usain Bolt, Freddie Mercury, but then we came across via the Patreon quiz, Serena Williams. You know, to be pregnant.
Mate, that's insane.
I mean, she's cheating, really, isn't she? Because there's 2 people against 1.
Yeah, baby like that. Yeah.
The baby doing the shots and stuff. But now, Joan aside, yeah, I mean, to do that.
That's superhuman. She is superhuman, though.
She's unbelievable, yeah.
Honest to God, she is the most, in a beautiful way, the most intimidating athlete I've ever seen. She just looks like she's better than you.
Yeah, she's a beast. You don't like the film, though, do you?
No. Shit.
With Will Smith in?
Yeah. I bet Serena didn't either. She didn't even get a fucking mention.
No.
She did. Lad, she got one scene at the end.
No, Venus, you mean?
No, it was all about Venus.
It's not, it's about Serena.
Are you taking the piss?
No. Are you messing? It's Venus is the older one.
That's who it's about?
It's not.
Oh my God. Lad, did you watch the same film as me?
It's about the younger one.
Lad, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my God, it's not, lad.
Well, it's about the dad, really. But...
Lad, you look a fool now.
It ends, lad. It ends and she smashes at the end. Lad, don't. I'm not ending the show me looking like a whopper.
You look like a whopper. It ends with him taking Serena to look at the US Open court and going, Venus will be there, but you'll be one of the best ever, or something like that.
No, it does, yeah. Sorry. I apologise.
Yes! Sorry. Yes!
Yeah, it's because at the end, yeah, that's it. That's what I was thinking of the ending.
That's all she gets.
I was thinking of the ending. Because she goes out, doesn't she? And she gets beat 2-1 by like the world number 1.
Yeah, and she's about 11.
Yeah. Sorry.
But yeah, she doesn't even get to mention the rest of the film. But yeah, she's incredible.
Yeah. I think that's it, George.
Yeah, we've done over an hour there, haven't we?
Yeah.
I don't know how I've got through with this cold. I really apologise if anyone hears me sniffing up and stuff. I'm in a bad way.
Trooper. Listen, massive thanks again, all you minge bags, for all you Patreon members. Thanks for being legends. Next draw for your £100 Montrix gift voucher will be on Wednesday as per usual. Make sure you check in for the Postman's Betting Show. That will be live Saturday at some point.
That gets recorded today while this is out, and it goes out Saturday morning at 10 a.m. and then we all put our money on, and then we all win.
And then we all wake up Sunday going, get in!
And everyone just messages the big guy.
Yeah, I feel a bit inferior.
But you're rich.
I'm rich, but
and
inferior. Yeah,
that should be your Twitter bio.
Rich and inferior. We need a name for me, by the way. Jordan's Postman. It's quite cool. What I tried to say is I'm very good at putting people together, which you will testify for.
Yeah.
But there's no quite cool, like the conductor. Do you know what I mean?
The thing with nicknames is we need someone to bring it toward you. No, you brought the Postman out.
I know, but it'll be like someone will give me a shit one.
And it'll stick.
Yeah.
We tried to get Spike to stick to the producer mush.
Yeah, we got to.
But he will not have it.
We got to produce it in, and because of the Instagram reels, we had a big spike in Patreons. So Jordan said we called him Spike. But didn't go down well.
I'm gonna get. It's gonna go. It's gonna get.
You got to try and make it stick.
Dad, it's gonna stick.
I want the conductor sound shit though.
Sound like a serial killer.
Give me like a word that connects people together. Anyway. Listen, hope you all have a boss weekend. And
sound like one of them like notorious serial killers. The conductor's on the loose.
Oh, right. Listen. See you on Patreon.
Thank you. See you later.